Native Earthling Organization, welcome to the Neon Cloud. This is an educational experience. Hopefully we can make this interactive and entertaining. You know, attention spans are really something that leaves something... Well, let's just say that attention spans are something that people struggle with. You gotta find something interesting, you know? Something that grabs them, captivates them, makes them interested. So what we're looking at here is a little piece of my Book of Shadows, or my little notebook, my sketchbook. We're listening to some foreign music. Yeah, this stuff's big. This stuff's big time in that foreign country. Check it out, SoundCloud. Check out the Neon Cloud, SoundCloud. Alright. So, for those of you that were looking at this and trying to make sense of what in the world this is Euclidean space versus Einstein's space-time, right? And so we got Lorentz transformations, and if you can imagine this thing animated, you know, because it all moves. You have hyperbolic arcs, and this is a Cartesian grid right here. So, you know, I know I'm going fast here, but for those of you that do know what I'm talking about, it's like pretty simple to see here. You have a Cartesian grid right here. You have like an X and Y axis, and it's on a two-dimensional plane. Well, you've got that Cartesian grid here, but you have all these hyperbolic arcs that move around, and so you're able to pinpoint a certain coordinate. You know, do you follow me as it's moving along? So if you see this thing in action, it's quite remarkable. Wikipedia has been a great resource. There's great animations on there. You know, it's a great learning tool. The next step that I have on here is the idea of a tesseract. You know, that's a polygon or a shape that folds within inside itself. You see, this grows and expands and becomes the outside, and it just happens again and again, or vice versa. So these are my notes. We have tesseracts, and the tesseract of a torus. That's interesting. You know, a torus, not like T-A-U-R-U-S, not a torus like a bull, like the constellation. This is a torus like a donut shape. This is a polygon. It's like a donut shape. So a tesseract that folds into itself, if you could follow along that little line there, then you've got like a donut shape. That's pretty simplified, easy to see. I've got little like notes all inside here. Go to F25 and you can flip through here, find F25, and it's pretty interesting and entertaining and interactive. We have codextra planes right here, and these are like orthographic projections, you know. What I see in this, I see dream catchers, ladies and gentlemen. Dream catchers. Can you follow along? You know, it's like those things that are woven. They say you hang them above your bed and they catch the bad dreams, or they catch the good dreams. It's up to you. You know, do you want a filter, or do you want something to hang on to remember the good stuff that you're thinking of? Next, we have Hermann Minkowski and his space-time. You know, he's kind of been hushed with the whole, like, Einstein, general relativity, space-time. That whole thing kind of muted this guy, Hermann Minkowski. Now, he was quite a remarkable guy. You know, he came up with this type of a diagram. Now, this is how I've envisioned it, and so this is how I've drawn it. So hopefully, it can be an illustration as a learning tool. But you know, if you crunch the differential calculations and you review his work and his mathematical equations, this is what it's going to look like if you're going to draw it to represent it like on a two-dimensional plane, representing three-dimensional space. So what we have here is like a cone of light. If you can imagine, this is a cone that goes down like a tornado, and the opposite the other way. This is the plane right here, the two-dimensional plane, which would be like a flat piece of paper. And then you have a cone coming out and going out the other way. Well, that represents the flow of time, you know, and that's the future light cone, that's the past light cone, and from the observer's point right there is the hyperspace of the present, right? So that right there is Hermann Minkowski's space-time, his whole idea of that. Really cool stuff. A really cool word that I love is vector. You know, I learned it off of this funny movie, Airplane. What's your vector, Victor? I need clearance, Clarence. You know, Roger. It was play on words, but this term right here, vector, it's a force or influence or quantity, you know, so it doesn't matter which way it's going, but it's always going that way. It's always set in a theoretical path of trajection. So, you know, this is coordinate geometry, Cartesian geometry, this Cartesian grid. It's pretty simplified. It's something that we can grasp. Something that they teach you in geometry. You can apply it to building things and, painting things and, all sorts of things. But, take it to the next level, go interdimensional, and start thinking about ideas like this idea of space-time, the idea of the Lorentz transformation in animation, and tesseracts, or torus shapes, okay? And then we're talking about orthographic projection. So imagine all those little connect the dots, if that's such a complex, hypersurface somewhere to plot. So thank you for listening, and I hope it didn't bore you. I love this stuff. So, if there's an ear to listen, I will definitely talk about it.